It's Our Story. Becky Tuttle, Atlanta, Georgia.
I was born with my disability. I have spina bifida. And I was born very early 60s. And, I call it the dark ages of disability. A couple of doctors told my mom, I'll take her home. She won't be able to do anything, or, nothing will ever become of her. And then I had some doctors that were really online and said, we have all these new things now that we can start doing. And, I had really very innovative medical care at that time, and which I think, well, I'm sure it saved my life, but I don't know that I would have had it if I had been born elsewhere. I was born in Chicago, and so we really did have access to great medical care. And so like I said, I went to segregated school, and even though I had friends in the neighborhood and I had friends at school, it was still very tough. I kept getting all these conflicting stories. My mom would keep telling me, you're not like those people that you're on the bus with, and and at the same time, it never felt right to be discriminative against folks. So, I just really got a lot of mixed messages growing up. And I can tell you one accessibility story. Growing up, my parents lived in this bungalow.
No, wait. Start over.
Okay.
Access story.
Okay. Probably my favorite accessibility story is my parents. We never lived in an accessible house. We always lived in like these bungalows in Chicago, and they had a flight going up. And so, I always learned to, if there wasn't somebody to take me up and down the stairs, I could take myself up the stairs by bumping my rear up the stairs and then holding my wheelchair. And after I got married, my parents had wanted to move back to Kentucky. That's where they're from. And remember my husband and I were out front with my dad one night, and he said, I really wish you two would buy this house. I said, Dad, it's not accessible. I said, what would I do with it? And he says, what do you mean it's not accessible? You got the Dan Ryan over there, the Kennedy Expressway over there. He says, it's totally accessible. I said, no, Dad. That's your ideal of accessibility. My ideal of accessibility would be having a ramp and or a lift to get into the house and such. But see, my parents never thought, they never saw those things as problems for me. They always knew that I had this type of attitude that, nothing was going to stop me. A flight of stairs was not going to stop me from doing what I wanted to do. And so in a way, it was kind of good to be brought up like that, because I've never gone out into the world thinking everything's going to be ramped and and accessible. And, especially growing up in the time I did, a lot of it wasn't. So it was good to be brought up like that.
The It's Our Story project is a national effort to make disability history public and accessible. Visit us at www.itsourstory.org or on the It's Our Story project YouTube channel.